If your vehicle sounds like this when you start it, watch the video today, I'll explain what happens. Over here we've got a 2008 Toyota Vitz. 90% of the time, if the vehicle has had a good service history, it'll be one of two things. So that belt over there, so the power steering belt which runs the power steering, the AC compressor, and it's got an idler in there as well. So that belt normally stretches over time and it needs to be tensioned and inspected if you have not changed it. So if you have replaced it in the past couple of years and now you hear this squealing or squeaking noise, that means it just needs a bit of tension applied to it. So this particular vehicle has got a mechanical type tensioner where you open up the lock nuts. So you open up the bolt over there and you tension it that way with the tensioner. You have to open up the bottom main tensioner on the alternator, which I'll show you all of that today in today's video. This video will be applicable to anyone who's got a small vehicle like this with a small engine. Majority of them still have a manual type of a tensioner. If it's a Citroen, Renault, Nissan, Mazda, they all run a similar design. So do watch this. So now we'll start the vehicle. Listen to the noise it makes. As you heard, that's a horrible whine, so we'll show you how to fix that now. So the tools you require for this job is a small 1/4 inch ratchet. I like to have this small box. You'll need the 12 mil for this particular vehicle. So you'll need a 12. I like to have a 12 spanner and a 14 spanner. So the 14 spanner is used for the bottom main bolt of the alternator, and the 12 is used for the top tensioner and just to loosen it, which you'll see in the video. Links in the description below if you need to see what this toolkit is or if you need to buy one. So one way you can test this belt, come in here and check it. And to test these belts, normally what you want to do is you want to find the longest part of the belt, which is down at the bottom, and it's not easy on all the vehicles. So I'll show you just an easier trick. You want to come to one of the points over here where you can see where there's a space between the pulley, so between the pulley, alternator pulley, the water pump over here. Push it and notice the deflection of the belt. So here we're at the bottom of the vehicle, and this is the pivot bolt that I was talking about. So that you open up with the 14 mil spanner, and notice it's got a special nut, so when that nut rotates it will hit the alternator bracket, so you do not have to have another spanner in here. It's a bit hard to show you on camera, but I'll go ahead and open it off camera. So just like so, you want to get in there with that 14 mil spanner. And you want to open it. So to tension up the belt, what you want to do is come in here and open this large 12 mil bolt. Open this up first. You don't have to open it up fully, but just make sure it's loose. And when it's loose, then what we want to do is come in here and tension up the, so we want to come in here and tension up the tension screw. Just turn it clockwise to add tension onto the belt. So make sure that the pivot bolt at the bottom of the alternator is loose, because you will strip this tensioner bolt out. So make sure this is loose and make sure the bottom pivot bolt of the alternator is loose, otherwise it won't allow the alternator to move freely. So we'll keep doing this until we add adequate tension, and I'll show you. Never over tension it, but I'll show you how to check the tension easily. So you want to check this belt every time you add a bit of tension to it. Don't go ahead and over tension it. So if we come here and check it out, now I'm pressing with the same amount of force, and notice how there's no deflection. Easy way to check is go left, go right, go left, go right. It should move to that sort of a degree. But again, remember, we're not checking this on the longest part of the belt. So the longest part of the belt is underneath here at the bottom. So between the crank pulley and the AC compressor. Over here you want to try and do the same thing, go left and right. So that is enough tension for now. We can add a little bit more tension, but make sure that you always see a little bit of deflection in the belt. If you do not see this, you've over tensioned it and you will damage the belt, so remember that. You will damage pulleys and bearings if you over tension this belt. This is about correct. You can always add tension, but never add too much. Once you finish tensioning up the alternator and the belt, then we want to go ahead and lock it in. As you can see here, you can see where that nut is, what I was talking about. So it's got that stopper. Now it's hit the bracket of the alternator and it won't rotate. So I've gone ahead and fully tightened that. So if you're using one of these smaller ratchets and you go ahead and tighten that up, chances are you won't over tighten it. So it's much safer to use one of these smaller 1/4 inch ratchets. Once that's done, go ahead and just check the belt tension again, as I showed you before. Make sure it's all fine, and then we can go ahead and start the vehicle. So we'll go ahead and start the vehicle now. And as you can hear, it's perfect with no squeaks or any squealing. Most newer vehicles do not have this mechanical type of tensioner, and I'll show you that now. So here we're looking at a Honda Odyssey. This particular vehicle is fitted with the K20 engine. This is a K24. Late model cars do not have a manual type of a tensioner. It has this automatic type tensioner. So if you hear a similar noise on one of these vehicles, the first thing you want to check is the belt. Make sure there's no cracks and make sure it's not stretched excessively, because that can cause the problem. The second thing is you want to check the idlers, if there's any misalignment, and that makes it go off alignment. And the final thing is this tensioner over here fails over time, so that might need to be replaced. So that's on these late model cars with that sort of a tensioner. So that's an automatic tensioner, and I'll put up a diagram now. Over here now we're looking at a Toyota Prius. Now these do not have a physical belt at all. So if we come here to the same section that I showed you on the other engines, notice that there's no belt, because this runs an electronic power steering, and the AC compressor is also electronic, so it's a high voltage compressor on this particular vehicle. Because it runs pretty much everything electronic, they've omitted the design and the need for that belt over there at the side. So the serpentine or the V-belt, whatever you like to call it, or fan belt. So I just thought I'd show you that and let you know. So if you do hear that sort of a noise from this sort of a vehicle, I would highly recommend you take it to a specialist and get it checked. So that's how you fix your squealing belt on any vehicle. So I hope this video was of some help to you. If it was, do like and subscribe, and do check out my other videos. If you've got a Toyota Vitz or Toyota Yaris or any other vehicle for that matter, do check out my repair videos. I go into detail on a lot of little hidden faults on these vehicles. So do check out my channel and do subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for more videos like this.